What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty. We have KG the Hater. We have Spencer Raxter as well. And all of you here in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Jump into our chat thread and get your thoughts out there. As I've always told you, a lot of times I'll let you guys program the show. Number one, because I want to talk about what you guys want to talk about. Number two, I'm lazy.
Lazy.
So, hey, it is what it is. But, D-Mac, how about that scene last night in Arizona with the Salt Lake Sucks chant from the Coyotes fan?
Well, I mean, on the way out, it really didn't matter, and I guess it's sort of official. You see everybody saying their goodbyes. I just wish they would have said Salt Lake Soakers. That would have been better. Hey, Spenny turned into Salt Lake Sucks into Salt Lake Soakers.
That
would have been great.
They don't suck, they soak.
I mean, honestly, though, is that can't be any worse for the league.
That it is tough, and it's funny. It's funny that Spenmo brought that to the table today because I was looking at social media this morning, and I saw a post. ESPN had a post about that being the last game, and kind of similar to what Spenny was talking about. And like their fans started in with one lady was talking about, and I wish I would have saved the picture so I could have sent it up there. But one lady was talking about like, I went to college here. I started following the Coyotes in the early 2000s. My husband and I went on our first date here. My daughter, we bring our daughters to the games and everything. Had a picture of her with her kid and the sick ass Coyote, What is it? A coyote on LSD or whatever that logo is.
Looks like that.
It's dope. Whatever it is, it's cool.
It's peyote.
And D-Mac,
You're right.
I did get in the feels for him a lot like the Oakland, because remember last year we talked about the Oakland A's because they did kind of a similar thing where they all had their big, everyone just out of the blue came to the game and were saying their goodbyes to the franchise and stuff. I did kind of feel for him, man, because imagine, can you imagine that?
Well, no. I think that it doesn't happen as much, and it's happened, a few times in different sports and stuff like that. But the big one was the Baltimore Indianapolis one, and overnight and different things like that. But you bring up a great point, right? This is ingrained. Sports is ingrained in people's lives, no matter how long. So
to different degrees,
to different degrees in your time frame, and it means everything. I look at Arizona, and the one thing that I think is that, not saying it wouldn't have happened, but without the Arizona Coyotes, that's where Austin Matthews is from. That's where the influx of the Southern American hockey player sort of born in that Arizona, LA because of the Coyotes. So the influence they have there. And the one thing about the Coyotes, you say at the end they played out of a practice or a college rink and stuff like this, their practice facility was top notch. So their minor league program, the junior Coyotes and stuff like that, that's a big program throughout the United States. So I just wonder if it's going to affect because of that. You lose your big team, does it affect everything else? So
yeah, I mean, and who knows? We don't know the answers to that.
No, but does Salt Lake? My question is to all you guys. Obviously, I wouldn't have thought Salt Lake City would have been the first guess or hockey or whatever like that. But does it work there?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
see. What's your initial reaction?
I think it will. I think it would be like if you moved it to Portland or somewhere like that. Salt Lake City to me is one of those towns that thinks that they're a major sports team because their NBA team is well attended and everything like that. I think Salt Lake City, they'll support it because it's there. You know what I'm saying?
I just wonder what's the and this ain't a knock or anything, but what's the intelligence of the hockey fan in Salt Lake City?
Did they have an AHL team out there or not?
Back in
the Viper days?
I think they might have even had a WHA team or something
whatever.
Like that. But it's been a long time. So even a minor league team and stuff like that, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I felt for it. And Max Mayer says, hate to say it, but no family tradition story is going to change anything. Well, no, Max, I mean, if anyone's rooted in how the bag operates around here, it's me.
It's facts.
And you're right. It isn't changing anything. But I still do have a soul. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel for the fans there because they've been around a long time, man. Shit. When D-Mac, when they come in the league? The mid-'90s? Pretty much they came in with you, more or less, sans a couple of years, right?
Yeah, it was probably 96.
Yeah, mid-90s-ish. Yeah. So,
When
I
they
mean,
moved from, I think 95 we beat Winnipeg, and then they moved in 96.
and then you played them in
Then we
96 or
played
97,
them
yeah.
98, I think.
And they had one of the cooler whiteouts, too.
We were down 2-1 to them, had to go win game 4.
In the
in
pit,
their
too.
barn.
That place was a pit, especially in the playoffs,
I like
man.
that. I like that barn. I tally-hoed a few times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you see, like, it's all coming back, right? And they had great jerseys and everything. So
Absolutely.
it's sad, though.
Downtown.
The bottom line, it's sad. I think FJ 1967 speaks for everybody, though. Bring the Nordiques home.
Yeah. Spenny
do
Dago
it.
Bar right across the street. That's right in your
My
wheelhouse.
spot.
Oh,
A man like you would do very well there.
Yes. I would. I want them to come back just so we can make a road trip to take you there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is. It's just sad. That's the moral of the story. Red Wings fan club, definitely not fair to Arizona fans. It sucks. No, it does, but it's happening. I mean, and there's no stopping it now. Soakers, white folk, whatever they call it, that's what it's going to be. All right. Moving on to other things that people really get fired up about. It's not my thing, but a lot of people do get fired up about it, Spenmo. We have the leaks, right?
We do.
Of the New Jersey. What's our source here on this? Is it anonymous?
The Fanatics company dropped them as a promo.
Did they really?
So Fanatics leaked their own. Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. What are we working with here, Spenny?
right.
What do we got? What's first?
We got the Holmes first.
Okay.
Holmes.
All
they're
right.
like the Herman Moore era.
Yeah, the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like them. We got the Holmes there.
I like it.
We got the aways here.
Okay,
Look
yeah.
pretty good, yeah. And then we got the alternates.
Bring it back. Bring them back.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
That's what it's all about.
I
right
do
there.
love the blacks, D-Mac.
And all the arm, obviously the arm bands are sort of the adjustment and stuff, and it brings back the Bronco. Makes the commercial that if you saw about their teasing, it sort of ties in the Ford family. I don't mind them. Neal, you?
No, they're fine.
Spenny?
Oh, I love them. We got a video of Lee McNeil wearing one. If you want to
Oh,
see
you
how
do?
that
I
looks
do,
like
yeah.
on a player.
Yeah, let me see how this plays here.
Whoever leaked the uniform video, we appreciate it. We appreciate you ruining all the hard work we put in. Video coming soon.
They prepared
Whoever
for
leaked
the
the
leak.
uniform video,
They prepared for the
we
league.
appreciate
love
you
it.
ruining
Those
all the
look
hard work
sick.
we put in. Video coming soon. Whoever
It did. It's like a modern touch on the old unis. It checks the boxes. Now let's go to the Silky Johnson of the room, KG. Hey.
Oh man, hey.
There he is. All right, break it down.
You don't like it,
I
Kenny?
wanna state that I do like the black alternates. I'm glad they brought the black alternates back. However, I just thought they were gonna do something a little more with the jerseys. All they did essentially was swap out the WCF arm bands for the old school look. Not bad, but it could be better, man. I don't necessarily know if I like it, man. I don't.
Bigger letdown, the Detroit sign or the Lions jerseys?
Which one, KG? Rank them. Power rank them.
It's definitely the Detroit sign.
Yeah.
Number one?
Yeah. The lights.
I heard the lights make it dope,
The
though.
lights
the
make
lights
it do look
ki-
pretty good.
It can't save the Detroit sign.
See, KG right now is in that classic position of he hated so much he can't go back, Spenny. Like he can't even. He's pot committed right now.
Hey.
He's all in.
Spot committed.
Hey.
He's to that point where he can't do anything about it now. Even if
Gotta
deep
call off
down,
his
yeah,
last.
deep down, he knows that sign looks good,
It
lit
doesn't.
up.
Whose jersey are you getting? I think I got to get a Hutch black jersey
Yeah.
or Gibbs
Yeah. I want it St.
or
Brown.
Amon-Ra. Yeah, or St. Brown.
I got to do the Sewell.
I already got
I got
the
to.
Sewell one.
I know you do. I got to get in that club. D-Mac, which one are you getting? I know which one you're getting.
Basic. Man.
I'll probably get a Laporta.
No Graham Glasgow.
Well, that's Spenny's. Or a branch.
The Laporta one would be good.
I get a Laporta and a branch.
Yeah.
One on offense, one on defense. Like Spenny should have a Hutchinson and a Glasgow.
Yeah.
Got to get the front end.
I might get the branch.
Front end,
though.
I would
That's-
never
that's
take
good.
your Penny Sewell.
Tactile Puma 58, who's in the KG family of hatred. But he says always the aways are perfect.
Yeah. The whites.
I do like the white.
Can we take it to the streets?
Dante 151 says JMO jersey. I'm too big to wear a single
a fast
Single number
player.
jersey.
Yeah, you're not, and
I'm not small enough to wear a single.
You a lineman at
or a
heart.
fast player.
Or a fast player. Yeah.
You don't have the profile.
No, I need a big ugly. I got the
It's your
Malcolm
brand.
jersey. I got the Penne jersey. I think it's gonna be Hutch. I think I gotta go or DJ Reader.
Oh yeah.
DJ Reader
Nice.
would be sweet.
Nice.
I'll figure it out.
Let me see. Josh B says clean and tough. Yeah, you want to take it to the streets?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
To the streets.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes or no on the new jerseys?
Why not? I just want to get a gauge. That's all.
I think it's going to be 66-33.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's maybe closer than I think. I think most people will like them. I just thought they would do a little more.
75-25?
Yeah,
That is true. I let your hate cloud me. I let your hate
You
cloud me.
can't tell me you didn't think they were going to look maybe a little different than this.
I was expecting more.
Thank you.
Patrick Ofaria says you can rock 14. Yeah, 14, like 32, like that. That'll be fine.
That's a pretty thin
The
first number.
The single digit one.
The thin first numbers.
yeah.
Can you go with a 1?
No,
32. I can go 32.
yeah, 32 you could do, yeah.
Brian Branch.
Yeah.
Any
Maybe
crooked
Kirby
number.
Joseph, grab a 30. But yeah, I can't do.
Nothing in the teens.
As much as I love JMO, I can't do the single digit. My back's too wide.
100%. Too much back
Speaking
there.
of that, what day is it today?
Back day today.
Back day. There it is.
Oh, great
it's
segue.
Not
Yeah.
getting any smaller, Spenny.
You know?
We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios, by the way. Shout out Planet Fitness. Shout out. Oh, Spenny, people were asking, AC says, Neal, that DCFC shirt is fire. Well, hey, Trevor
is.
James,
Shout
today,
out.
Thursday at noon, he'll be stopping by, fresh off their U.S. Open Cup win. I want to tell the people about the U.S. Open Cup because I think it's a great event. Once you hear the why on it, I think people will like it as well.
Sort of the Open, right? It's like the
It's
like
the most
it's
democratic
like the
tournament in American
It's like
sport.
the Open.
Yes,
Where
absolutely.
anybody can qualify.
Anybody can qualify. Wyatt Bear says, withholding my vote till I see them pants.
True. That is a big part of it.
All right. No, okay.
And Robert Colosio says, Spenny, don't jinx Reader, because if you buy a jersey before he plays a minute, you know he's going to get hurt. I bought a Malcolm Rodriguez jersey before he played a minute, and he had a fantastic rookie season.
He did.
I bought a Penei Sewell jersey, and he was first team All-Pro. So, might be the reverse
Come on,
jinx.
Spenny.
Might be the reverse jinx. I'm just saying.
Ryan says Charleston will win the USL. And they're getting a lot of draws, bro. A lot of draws. Spenny, real quick. People wanted the Javi update. Can we spin that?
Yep.
Javi,
Yeah, Javi was back.
He got an RBI yesterday.
He did get an RBI yesterday.
It's an absolute
But
missile.
I have a new spin on it today, though.
Okay.
Now instead of just like updating the numbers, because it's always he's up to 150. Like I get all these tweets, he's back. I look and he's always 140, 150, always.
So you adding a little spice to it?
So I'm adding a little spice to it. I just want to give you some perspective. Here's my Javi perspective. Here are swings at pitches that are in that space since 2018.
Look at that.
Javi Baez has swung at 123 of those since 2018.
God.
The LA Dodgers as a team have swung at 113 of them. So there's your Javi Baez update.
Look at that graphic.
Wow.
There's your Javi watch.
Although he did get his 5th RBI yesterday.
Tell me again how he's back.
Wow. Those aren't just out of the zone.
The Jack Campbell black jersey.
Hey,
The
those,
meat missile.
Those just aren't out of the zone.
Those are way.
Those are like,
Look at that one. Look at the singular purple one down there at the bottom.
very
Close. Like,
did he just roll it there?
Must have bounced in for sure.
he swung at it. It hit the dirt.
Just a fan. El Mago for RBI King. Detroit Dabber. What about a Tom Kennedy black jersey? TK85.
We should
Yes.
get that for Sam.
Sign me up. Sign me up for this.
Hey, how about low key little Tracy Walker sighting in the
In Detroit?
in the airport yesterday?
Oh,
He
nice.
posted a picture on his Instagram.
I saw that.
Right? Which you're gonna re-sign him, a guy. I don't mind that because you're gonna get him at the team deal, whatever, veteran guy. Right?
Maybe.
Fills the gap. You got any problem with if Brad Holmes and those guys re-sign him?
The number.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
let
the
me know the
number's gonna
number.
be team friendly no matter
100%,
what, right?
yeah.
I don't know. It didn't look good last year, coming off
But
the
it-
Achilles and stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, so,
If they
right?
deem it okay,
But
yeah.
again, what is the MO of this GM? Ain't afraid of injuries, right?
Right.
Maybe that and somebody
Distressed
who's been
assets.
there, and plus culture guy, right? Can we agree? Casey
Yeah, oh,
Walker's
yeah,
a
absolutely.
guy, right? So I think all that plays out. Don't be surprised.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Just a fan. El Mago is back. My Mike G, did Almago get dinged again? Not that I'm aware of. David, Almago is back. Mike G, did Almago? But you guys love you some Almago, man. Love you some Almago. I don't understand it, but whatever. I do understand the QB challenge, though.
The QB challenge, of course. And today's the last day you can sign up. The QB challenge is tomorrow. It's the QB challenge presented by Shake Shack. All you got to do is sign up, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to this year's home opener. Scan that QR code right there, or go to Shake Shack, any Shake Shack location, and sign up, or woodwardsports.com. It's the Shake Shack QB challenge.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
BGCSM 3C Sports Conference is coming during NFL Draft Week, starting on April 24th. Special guests will include Jerome Bettis, Barry Sanders, Eddie George, Aleem McNeil, Calvin Johnson Jr., Sean H. Wilson, Cynthia Freeland, Adam Scheffner, and more. This event is open to athletes, coaches, and parents, but space is limited. So go to our website and purchase your tickets today at www.bgcsm.org.
Nashville Hot Chicken is back at Soroki's. They got the tenders, they got the sandwich, but they also
have
loaded fries and the all-new Nashville Hot Pizza. Come enjoy the delicious heat while you still can, because it is a limited time offer. You can go to one of Soroki's 11 convenient locations or order online at Sorokis.com. Nashville Hot is back at Soroki's.
All right, we are off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're going NFL draft. We're locking in hour number 2 of the show. We'll talk to Trevor James at noon from Detroit City FC, the sporting director, and the sporting director, Big D Energy. And then we're going to get in deep to the draft. And that's how we're going to do it. We have some house cleaning stuff to do with the Red Wings, and then we'll put them to bed, because that's what happens when you don't make the playoffs. Washington Capitals fans despise me, hate me, seek me out on Twitter.
I love your response.
They hate us because they ain't us. Well, no, that's not true, because they're in the playoffs.
All I know is, like when they get swept, say, hey, should have took the team that won more games.
And shout out to our boys at Spittin' Chicklets, which, if you don't watch, probably my favorite podcast out. Like Spittin' Chicklets,
they're electric.
Those guys are amazing. And Biz and Wit, they were fighting for us, man. They're like, nobody wants to see the Capitals in the playoffs. Everybody wants the Red Wings in the playoffs. They're like, the Capitals are going to get swept. They're one of the worst defensive teams in hockey. They have the worst plus-minus in like 20 years to make the playoffs. Like, everybody wanted the Red Wings. So shout out to the Spittin' Chicklets guys.
Yeah, shout out. Drew K., what free agents do the Red Wings keep? And that's a different way of addressing, what the Red Wings situation is, because it comes down to a simple question, D-Mac. Now that the dust has kind of settled and we're locked in and we took a look at them financially, they're in pretty good shape, especially, assuming that they can get to work on Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond. What's the biggest need? And I understand that it's a loaded question because of what you and I discussed. The evidence, the proof, the goaltending situation will be ran back next year. It just will be. And I think Yzerman
seems that way with the writing's on the wall.
The writing's on the wall.
Right.
Best way to put it. And the reason I say that, D-Mac, is because Spencer Raxter's our resident farm system prospect insider. I just make him that.
Which, by the way, his guy Jonathan Berger last night, shootout winner in Iowa for the Grand Rapids Griffins, getting ready to come down. eyeballed the whole crowd on the skate off. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
It was awesome. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Silky Johnson, my sister almost bought an El Mago jersey over the weekend. She doesn't know. RM Dole 19, am I the only one considering getting a Hooker jersey? Yes, you are. All right, but D-Mac, again, I think on surface when you ask the people that what's the biggest need, they're going to say goaltending or defense. But the goaltending thing, I honestly believe, is just going to be ran back until Kosa comes up. Because why? Because to get a goalie, a difference-maker goalie, D-Mac, it will take a significant prospect/draft capital investment. That's just the way that it works. There's only, 8 of them in the NHL?
Yeah.
And they're not made available.
Right.
So
right.
If I would tell you goaltending's the biggest need, D-Mac, I would then also say, I say that all fullingly knowing that that's not going to be.
But goaltending's a dividend right now because you have the 2 guys that are your future. You're looking to your future aren't ready yet, and they're probably another year away. So with the contracts and the way that Steve Yzerman's set it up with Billy Husso and Alex Lyon and stuff like that, that's why we say the writing is on the wall. We know it's an imperative need, but it's not going to be addressed unless he goes out and makes a deal. So to me, it's like there's a couple ways. Obviously defense, right? But that's just as hard as goaltending at times because people don't give away those prime defensemen. You also look in your farm system that you got guys, whether they're in Sweden or in the AHL, and the same as your goaltending, that are coming up but not ready yet. So my big thing is obviously you got to address the Raymond and the Sider. I think Patrick Kane, that conversation is a priority because, and I think at his age, the fact that he chose to be here, the fact that it worked out, I think that he wants to see this through. That's my vibe on it. But this is what I think. And that's why, like, with what they're going to do, let's wait and watch the playoffs. Because what always happens in the playoffs, there's always that guy, that line, those players that are that second tier that step up, right? And those are the guys to see if they're available, that those are the guys you either go make a deal for in the last year of their contract to give them a big contract or go get them as a free agent. So I think, but to me, I think it's that 1C. I think it's that, like, that firepower.
Which, which is along the lines of the goalie situation, though. They're not available.
But they do see
until they are.
Until they are, like Sam Reinhart, like in Florida, right? Like, and a lot of these guys, what you hope for is look at other teams that have a couple guys coming up and they have to make a decision. Hence the Hossa Franzen situation. Right. So do teams have to make those decisions where so to be a few days from the end of the season and NHL playoffs start already, that if you would say to me, we know what we need, but it's just, that's why playoffs are next year, whether the young kids are in or not, but it's like one more year of development and then it's sort of go time. But I'm looking at how I can add more firepower.
Also Tactile Puma. And look, like, I know that we had our differences kind of coming down the stretch and talking about collapse and stuff like that, but we're all here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in the off season now. So I think it's a good spot to kind of read. What's that?
Can I address this?
Sure. What do you got?
Gromit. D-Mac can't badmouth his bestest buddy.
Uh-oh.
I'll hold Steve Yzerman accountable when it deserves it. But you obviously, like, and I have to realize this, like, sometimes you guys aren't mentally capable to understand because I'm looking at progress. And I'm looking at the big picture. I collect cups. I only care about cups. I don't care about making playoffs, right? I care about winning. I think it's a blessing in disguise for this team, the way that they know that it came down to that they held themselves accountable all summer. I've been here. I've been here before where you fuck up, right? And you know it's on you. And your core's coming back. So that eats at you for the whole season and stuff like that. Like, if Steve Yzerman deserves, in my opinion, to be questioned, then he can. We said that yesterday. You're not going to hit on every contract, right? The Justin Hall, you're gonna sit here or you got to move forward and see what he's going to do because that's what he's going to do. So, I mean, I don't say what you want, but you don't, like, when you guys say stuff like that, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm just trying to paint the picture of where we're going. I don't care, and what happened to here. We're going to address it. But the accountability is that, and if he doesn't, what did I say? If they don't make the playoffs next year.
Epic failure. It's a failure.
Epic, absolute failure. But I think that next year's when they get back in the playoffs and we build and we continue to grow and be one of these teams. We don't want to be Washington. We don't want to go in there and be handed to the Wolves. We want to have a fighting chance. And I think with the next year, that's where it is.
What do you got, Spenny?
I was just going to say, like, the whole Yzerman didn't do enough. What else do you want him to do? He traded for DeBrincat. He signed you Patrick Kane. Mm-hmm. He got you signings like Sprong, Confer, Lyon, guys that played big roles and big factors on this team. You bring up, your two of your 4 best players on this team are draft picks of his in Lucas Raymond and Mo Sider. You bring up Simon Evanson that made a big difference, who is another draft pick of his. Like, are you mad that he didn't mortgage his whole farm system for a guy at the trade deadline just to make the playoffs? That's on you, because that's not what Yzerman's going to do. He's not worried about making the playoffs. He's worried about getting deep runs in the playoffs. So he's not going to trade away the guys he drafted that have proven to be good when they get to the NHL for one guy. Like, Gensel, did you want Gensel? They gave up a first-round pick, 4 prospects. And so, like, he's not going to do that for a rental player to just make the playoffs. I understand we're upset that we didn't make the playoffs, but they're building something. And the additions that he's made to this team, outside of maybe Hall and Petrie, have been great. And so you want to knock him on those 2, but not look at the 6 or 7 that he made that benefited this team? That's on you.
And there's tangible proof. Again, I got in the mix with somebody on social media, and all I do now, I have a default response that I want to program, and it's the picture of the 2019-2020 salary cap table. And that's what he walked into, man, with no prospects in the system. And I don't give a shit how pissed you are or anything like that. The bottom line, and you can't defeat this statement, there has been progress every step of the way. So what logic, what reason do you have to suggest that that's all just going to go away? There's none. There's none. And that's why it's different. Like, if you want to be upset with the Pistons, I can't fault you on that, right?
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been that progress that everybody expected. There hasn't been. So, like, for me, the Yzerman is the one you can't question. You can't. If this were the NFL and the way the draft works, then they would be on a trajectory like the Lions are. But the difference is you're taking an 18-year-old kid that won't be here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, Sider and Raymond, like, just arrived. Like, we think Lucas Raymond just arrived this last couple months. That's the way it works. So, again, and as far as this, like, Paul Thomas says goaltending and coach. You want to talk about the coaching? My gut says that they're gonna ride. It's Yzerman's guy.
Yeah.
And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he's shown me progress in every form, every fashion since he's taken the job. And if that makes you upset, then I can't help you. And if you come here looking for a hot take of, well, he's on the hot seat now, you're not getting it from me, dude, because I don't do that bullshit. I talk to you guys like people. I talk to you guys like I talk to my friends, like I'm sitting on a bar stool. I know it's probably not the best thing for the job industry, and it doesn't like get me 1.1 million clicks like if I sit here and trash Angel Hernandez, because it did, and it does. But I'm just being real with you guys, man. They pay me here to tell you what I think. I'm around sports. This is what I think. And I've got logic and reason to back it up. I know that's not good enough for some of you, but, whatever, that's what it is. We got one more Red Wings thing to get to, then we're moving on, all right? I want to have the Sider and the Raymond discussion.
I don't get, maybe it's me, but like Mark Royal, we all are disappointed in the fact that we all wanted to make the playoffs, but the fact is that we're here and we came up short. So now what do we do? And instead of we're making excuses no, these are the facts that it's progress and it takes time. It's not the NFL.
Yeah.
Where it's the quick turnover. It takes time to be able to do it well. Does anybody not listen when Steve Yzerman comes out and says, Easy had a great tweet yesterday, right? The fact that Steve Yzerman said we're not ready, it's building and building because it's a foundation to get back. Yeah. Is anybody here not disappointed it didn't make the playoffs where it is?
Yeah, we all
right?
Yeah.
But it's not the end of the world. If you guys act like this right now and not making the playoffs, God forbid when you lose in the playoffs, what it's going to be like. And I can't help you because, some of you in here, hey, it's a reality to me. Tell me you're a casual without telling me you're a casual. I get it. So it doesn't really matter because I'm not talking to them, or we're not talking to them, Neal. We're trying to talk to the fans that understand and are disappointed, and it sucks. What are we going to go from here? How is Steve Yzerman going to continue to climb that ladder?
And I'm just trying to tell you based on the pages that are out there, to kind of read the tea leaves a little bit, how I think it's going to go. I don't think they're going to make a goaltending move, and that's going to piss a lot of people off.
They can't.
But what are they going to do?
What's the goaltending move to make?
I know.
Here, trade Raymond and somebody else and somebody else to go get what?
Trade Raymond and Kosa, because that's what it's going to take. Think about that, guys. Think about Woodward Sports, too, because they have a new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday to Friday, 8 to 10 a.m., live on Woodward Sports. Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG. Every morning, they cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banner, live fan interaction. They do a great job graphically with that show as well. So peep it out. All on Detroit's #1 sports network. Yes, Detroit's #1 sports network, everybody. Take a look around. See what's popping. Woodward Sports.
Until Detroit shows the world how the draft should be done. Woodward Sports, your official Detroit draft partner. Listen for great insight into the draft, places to go, and what's happening in the city.
The Detroit Lions select.
See you downtown for the draft.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive. That's right. Go to feldmanauto.com. They got the best car buying experience in the game. It's called the Feldman Advantage. It's been handcrafted since 1996, everybody. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area, and that's across all brands, by the way. If you want a car, doesn't matter what kind of car, a car, Feldman Auto is the play. I'm telling you guys this. And oh, by the way, don't forget to, they got Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, Feldman Chevy in Nova. You guys know what it is. A lot of the Detroit Lions, they get their whips from there as well. Our guy, Malcolm, pulls up on him all the time. Seen him walk in there, man. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is this for us. By the way, you need a car serviced? Feldman Service, man, was I'm stunned, and I'm still stunned by the fact that I just went in there, got my stuff handled. They got me my rental car. I was in and out of there in about 5 minutes. It was unbelievable, folks. FeldmanAuto.com, that's the place. Feldman Automotive, best in the game. All right, we're keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. Our last Red Wings topic for a little bit. Little side tier there. Yeah. But, because we talked about it, $26 million in cap space next year. What's the contracts look like for Seider and Raymond? And D-Mac, you kind of drilled it. You had Dylan Larkin pegged from second one. You knew. It's almost like you know something about this game. But with all that being said, D-Mac, what's it look like? What's it look like for Raymond? What's it look like for Seider? I would imagine there's probably a little more of a premium on Seider just from the standpoint of the nature of the position, the unicornness of the position, the size, being a defenseman, all of that. I'm curious about it, D-Mac. Where do you see that one going? And I ask you because, again, you drilled the Larkin thing. You were spot on with it. You tried to tell me, you tried to prepare me, be prepared for, maybe $500,000 a year in juice because he's the C in the locker room and all that stuff. And I was a bit obtuse to it, but you woke me up to it. Where do you see that going, I guess, D-Mac?
It's a good question, right? So what do we got Larkin at 7.5?
8.
Eight.
I think Mo's right. I think Mo's right there. I think those are your two guys. I think there's your Yzerman, your Lidstrom. How were they paid back in the day? Pretty equally. I think that Raymond comes in around 6.5. 6.5.
Okay,
right
I like
around
it.
there for a long-term deal. These are 5, 6. Most could be 8-year deal, right? This could be the 8. The long-term lockup. What is the NHL known for doing for these star guys? Because these are your guys, and I think with Lucas Raymond getting hot at the right time and stuff like that, and the consistency that he's not going away. So can we agree that Larkin, Raymond, and Seider are your 3 pivotal mainstays that you got to lock up?
And you have to brink it for a while.
Well, you already have him.
You already have him.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like Kane's the caveat, right? Every you look at the guys you have signed. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mo Seider signs like an 8-year deal for, $8 million a year, and Lucas Raymond gets a 5-year deal at 6.5.
And I guess that's where we're at with it, because Seider's 23, I think Raymond's 22. They're both restricted free agents. But we've seen this play before, and here's what this all boils down to. You guys can throw numbers and stuff like that, and what you think it's going to be. Raymond's going to want to be 10% cap hit, 8 times 7.5 for Lucas Raymond. And we can get in the weeds and get granular on it and stuff like that. But I guess have they done enough to the point where you're going to say, all right, 8 years? And are they going to be cool with that? Because if you fast forward it, and you got to think the way that a player thinks, right? You've told me yourself you're a bad example.
Yeah,
don't look at me.
That's why
for
I
this.
needed you.
Yeah. When you look at it from the standpoint of if you're 23 and you sign an 8-year contract, you're hitting free agency at 31. You're kind of over that
hill.
hump. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hit free agency, you're kind of over it.
Right.
So for me, if I'm Seider and I think I'm going to be elite, I may bet on myself a little bit from that standpoint. And I'd be more likely to do it if I'm Seider than if I'm Raymond, because I hold more value, eminently more value in the NHL because of what I am. I'm that unicorn defenseman that everybody wants. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then it comes down to what's imperative to him. Where did I see it? 40 Gumbel brought up a great point, Neal, and you're the perfect person to ask. Are we expecting the cap to increase over the next few years?
Yeah,
And then,
I forget
how
the
does
number.
that play in?
Yeah, I forget the number. And look, they know. You see it with the NFL. You see it with the NFL. You'll see it with the NHL as well. I forget what the exact number is. I think it was somewhere along the line of a 7% bump, 8% bump, something like that. You got to remember too, they were more proactive COVID than most leagues were. So you'll see their cap kind of go up exponentially higher than the rest of the leagues in terms of a percentage, because they pulled back during COVID, because it stands to reason they would be on the shakiest ground, I guess, if COVID were extended longer. But with all that being said, I think Raymond will be more apt to take the 8-year deal than Seider would. And if I was Seider right now, being 23, I would probably want to go that 5-year route. 5 at 8, 5 at 9. And that's how I would play it. But I'm not Mo Seider, so I don't know what the value is. Because I want to hit free agency my second time, the 27,
That
28.
probably makes more sense.
That's how I would
for
play
both
it.
the 5
But
year.
if you
but
value,
I know that
if you value the
trying
security,
to lock it up.
Yeah, but if you value the security and say, hey, whatever, all right, we'll do 8 years then at 8. But that's how I would do it.
Yeah,
if I were him.
and I would do it the other way. I would
Two
go
different value systems,
64
right here.
or whatever. Okay, good.
And that's negotiating with Darren McCarty.
Throw me a sweet on the road. There you
go. and there it is. Mike G says, to me, Mo is like Larkin, good but not elite. And then this is where that discussion comes in.
Nah, the value of Mo keeps growing and growing and growing. Like, so Dylan does, but Dylan is sort of what he is. Mm-hmm. Point of game guy, an elite second line center that can play 1C but needs a little help. Like, he can be your 1C if you have a 2C. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you're reverted back to Dylan's your 1C, okay, that means that you've improved in your 2C that can score. But Mo Sider will just keep improving, and his value will keep improving because it's minutes and it's that physicality. And I think he's still a rough diamond, right? But it's getting slowly but surely getting better and better. I think D-men in the NHL take just a little bit longer.
Marked Royal. Someone tell me how Mo is so great and blocks so many shots, and the goalies are good enough to run back again, but the Wings are a top 10 team in terms of giving up goals. And Marked Royal, to you I would say, see, now you listened, but you didn't hear me. I said that they would run back the goalie situation. I didn't say it was, quote, good enough to...
It's not good enough. The contracts are there. He's trying to tell you the writing's on the wall because Kosa and Trey Augustine that are coming down the pipe that are probably just a year away as your future. But you also have a guy that didn't play the whole year in Ville Husso that you got signed that maybe he can come back and give you a heroic season.
And the deal, by the way, Husso, is signed through next season. And also, too, when you look at Alex Lyon, he is signed through next season. See what we're doing here, everybody? You see where this is? I'm just trying to let you know how I think this is going to play out.
Yeah.
And I think that was very intentional. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
No, it looks that way.
But it sure seems that way, doesn't it? And this is just my best guess, everybody. That's all I'm telling you. I never said, Mark Royal, I never said it was good enough. I just said that's what it's going to be. That's what it seems like to me. So, and look, Mark Royal, at the core, you're not wrong. They're not good enough defensively. They are not. You can't give up goals at that clip and win games in the National Hockey League at a high level. And see, like, this is where I laugh, Spenmo, when we got back on that. Remember yesterday when I was talking about that run they went on when they were like third in the division and everyone points to the moment since then was a collapse? Remember when we went through that list of who they played?
But the goals against 4, 5, 7, 5, 4.
And when they went on that heater, they played Colorado and held them to 1 goal. They went out on the West Coast and held them to 2 goals or lower. That was not real. That whole stretch was not real. It wasn't what they were. We have 70 other games of data that says that that's what they were.
Mm-hmm. And you remember who was playing out of his mind in that stretch that I brought up a couple times? Alex Lyon. And guess who else? Ben Sherratt. When Ben Sherratt was playing like a top 3 D-man on your team, you were that much better. Realistically, Ben Sherratt should be one of your bottom pair guys now for who he is. But when he was playing at that level, that's how much better we were. And we saw how much better the defense was when Edvinsson gets brought in. And wait until Johansson or Wallander gets brought in next year. They're going to take incremental steps to continually get better.
So that's what it is. William Rhodes says Sider wasn't the one turning the puck over in the neutral zone all the time.
And that is another thing too. The forwards, we have a lot of one-way forwards on this team.
Yeah,
we have a lot of guys who, like Kane is a one-way forward. DeBrincat is a one-way forward,
and they were so piss poor scoring goals.
Yeah,
you had to go that route.
Yeah. So when Dylan Larkin and Michael Rasmussen, who are probably your 2 best two-way forwards, are out, obviously you're going to look a lot worse than you actually were. We had Max Boltman on heavyweights yesterday, and with Larkin in this lineup, the team is on a pace for 100 points. Without Larkin in the lineup, they're on pace to be the San Jose Sharks. So it's pretty important to have a guy like that. You don't have a lot of two-way forwards on this team, so when the 2 you do have are out,
it's a wrap.
It's going to look bad.
And it did.
Yeah.
Great point, Spenny.
Thank you.
That's why we keep you here, man. Every now and then, you drop in with a dime.
I do what I can.
Yeah, I know you do what you can. I know that. Premier Pet Supply. Do what you can right now. Tell the people about Premier Pet Supply.
Premier Pet Supply does more than you can because they are the best pet supply store in Michigan. If you need anything, make sure you go to Premier Pet Supply. They have over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. All the prices and conveniences the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Like I said, they're the best pet supply store in Michigan. Go visit them anywhere you can find one or find them online at premierpetsupply.com. That's premierpetsupply.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Counting down the days until Detroit shows the world how the draft should be done. Woodward Sports, your official Detroit draft partner. Listen for great insight into the draft, places to go, and what's happening in the city.
The Detroit Lions select.
See you downtown for the draft. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? Want the very best in Detroit sports wearables? Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. That's right. You a Brad Holmes guy? We all are. We're going to talk some NFL draft coming up in the second hour. But get your Brad Holmes guy t-shirt. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get looking right. Get looking proper for when you're hanging out downtown for the draft. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Back out of here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you here in the Woodward Sports chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there and get your thoughts out there today. Greg says there's no more Gretzky. No, I know that. But you know what, though? Like, talking about the Coyotes and stuff, that man single-handedly is responsible for all those franchises. Wayne Gretzky.
Oh yeah, when he got traded from Edmonton, that sparked the South, and then he went there, coached in Arizona specifically and stuff. So, yeah, no, 100%.
He specifically did that. But yeah, so there was a Tigers thing I did want to touch on. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. If you missed the Red Wing stuff, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. You can rewind, fast forward, go back and listen to it. We did. We broke it down about the Red Wings and financially and the goalie situation and all of it.
And if you weren't here, we got the jersey leaks.
At the beginning in the open, we do have the Lions jersey leaks right there. Here they are, by the way. The Blacks, they're bringing them back, baby. Bring them home.
Bring them home, baby.
And they did. And then, yeah, as we said, are they going to have the little holes in the numbers too, like back in the day?
Yeah, they're on there.
I missed that the first time.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You can see it on there.
Breathe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Breathe. Saw that beer being spilled can soak through.
Spencer asked the question, D-Mac, and I think you know where I'm going to be with it. Is it time to start worrying about Spencer Torkelson? No. Tigers lost yesterday, committed 3 errors.
Yeah.
Torque committed 2 of them.
Torque made 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a misnomer. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get worried. You're going to fight. The one thing about Torque, right, is I think where it's different than Javi or whatever like that is that we've seen him produce in the past and get going, especially later. So, maybe he's a proverbial slow starter, but I'm not panicked at all with him yet. Now, is there some concern? Yeah, like, come on, let's get it going. You're supposed to be, this 1-1 guy and whatever, lead our charge, but I'm not there yet. We're only, less than 20 games. What do we got, 18 games?
Yeah, 18, I believe.
Yeah, 10 and 8.
So too long of a season.
Yeah.
For me, anyways. I mean, I'll wait 40 games.
Last year he didn't even
I'll
turn
wait
it
a
on
quarter
until
of the
August.
season. What's that?
No, I said last year he didn't even turn it on until August. So it's.
I think he's just pressing.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that you're a professional athlete. Every athlete has a game like that. So it's how he bounces back today. So maybe you put the spotlight on him to see, hopefully he can have a big game.
I want them to get it going, obviously, because I want them to win games.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel about this. Here's a stat for you guys, by the way. And I love this stat, and I should have sent it to Spenny, and I didn't, so that's my bad. But I'll just have to orate it, I guess. 2-0 pitches. It's a pretty advantageous spot for a hitter, right? Mm-hmm. To be in a 2-0 count. The Houston Astros lead the major leagues. They've thrown 118 2-0 pitches, i.e. they've pitched 118 times when the count's been 2-0. They lead the majors. The Colorado Rockies are second with 112. The Padres are third at 102. The least amount of 2-0 pitches thrown in Major League Baseball, your Detroit Tigers, 64.
Wow.
They have thrown 64 2-0 pitches as a pitching staff this year.
Yeah, that goes to Feder and the pitching staff and the mechanics and whatever they're changing.
Absolutely. They have scored 40% of their runs in the 8th inning or later.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
I don't know how to feel about this because
it's not sustainable.
It's not. That is 100% wholly not sustainable. But they have a winning record.
We're smoking and mirrors in it right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no way the pitching staff can keep this up. No way. Look at the bullpen's ERAs right now.
Yes, amazing.
Foley has not given up a run.
Nobody's over 3.
They said Foley was on the grounds. No, Foley has not given up a run. Like, look at those numbers right there.
It's beautiful.
Not sustainable. Somebody get a hit. Or I'll just say it. You know what? Somebody get a hit. The pitchers are pitching their ass off. A.J. Hinch is managing his ass off.
Yeah.
Somebody got a winning record through all this. Somebody get some hits. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, seriously.
I know when it's all said and done, I know Torque will be around 30 home runs, if not more. I know he will. I've seen him go on runs before.
But Kerry Carpenter can't be your best hitter.
Kerry Carpenter is mashing the ball. So you know what? And here's the thing: if you want one question of AJ Hinch, I think it might be time to just put Kerry Carpenter in there full time.
Look at you,
full time. It might be time.
I'm proud of you.
I gotta go with the guys that are hitting.
Yeah.
When your bottom 3 in your lineup is a black hole.
Yeah, essentially.
A black hole. And I know Parker Meadows hit a home run yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool story. It's like his 3rd hit this year.
Yeah.
D-Mac, I can't have it. These guys are battling too hard. AJ Hinch is grinding too hard. I can't have it anymore, D-Mac. Somebody get a hit. Somebody. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, you're right. So to the point, it seems that to maintain this late inning heroics or whatever they're doing and just to lean on the pitching staff, can't do that. You can't do that. I think, though, the consistency of the pitching staff, whether it's starting, you got to love what you're seeing out of Casey Mize, right? Obviously Scooble yesterday and hearing him, that the one pitch, 0-2 off speed that, broke a bat or just a little flare single and stuff like this. But as questionable we are in the hitting, Neal, we're pretty much locked in on the pitching
really
throughout this whole.
What's that?
I said Reese Olson looks really
He
good
does.
too.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like this pitching, so they got to figure it out. And I think that, yes, Neal, sooner than later, that AJ Hinch is having these same conversations about Kerry Carpenter. So, they scrap, they fight, but Rake brought up a great point. Torch left a lot of opportunities on the table early on.
100%.
Right? So he's getting up to so.
But he's the one that I've seen it from before. The one.
Right. So you're not worried either.
No,
me either. So,
because it is still April.
It's that black hole at the bottom of the order.
Spenny and I just paid our taxes. We're still feeling the effect.
Yeah.
We're still feeling the aftershock from that.
Your power guys go through this sometimes, to where they have slow
100%.
starts. But I don't need him to hit the long ball like that. I just need him to put the ball in play. That's really what I want to see from Torque going forward.
Just a fan. Why do pitchers throw any strikes to El Mago? Great question.
That is a great question.
They don't, do they?
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
Not the good ones.
I just don't. I don't know.
Just give us some time.
Terrell in FL says, Neal, I'm a Cubs fan. I'm so glad we got the absolute best out of El Mago and then shipped him out of town because he's playing like this in Chicago. I would be losing my mind. Hey, don't worry.
Yeah.
I know a GM that'll take that on for you.
You also had a great team around him with the Cubs. So,
Yeah, you remember when Jason Hayward was good?
Yeah.
Remember when El Mago was good?
Yeah.
I don't. I've never seen it. I don't. Yeah. Well, somebody that is good, though, Detroit City FC. They're good.
Yeah, they are.
They don't lose. They haven't yet.
Damn good.
The sporting director for Detroit City FC, of course, our guy Trevor James, the sporting director of Big D Energy as well, will join us when we come back. Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys know what it is. I was there no more than 2 hours ago. Little lift day. What are you on today, Spenny?
Back day.
Back day. I was lifting today, too. Beach muscles, biceps, triceps, doing the running, too. You know how it is. But you can do whatever you want at Planet Fitness. They got equipment for all of it. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights, press for time, a 30-minute circuit as well. Clean facilities, get your shower, get on about your day. Get that work in, everybody, but it starts with you. $1 down, $10 a month, get you access to your home club. Want to be a baller? $1 down, $24.99 a month. The Black Card. I've been a member at Planet Fitness for 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym again. It's the best in the game. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll now with diamonds, constantly pushing to create the best Canada experience. The perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flower with only the highest terps, making the best even better. Glorious Cannabis. Check us out at your local retailer or gloriouscanna2ns.com.
All right, pulling up on hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the Silky Johnson of the streets, KG, in the house as well, Spencer Raxter, and all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, jump in to there. But as is the case every Thursday at noon, we are joined by the sporting director of Detroit City FC. Of course, he is Trevor James. Trevor, good to have you in studio again. How are you? You're riding pretty high right now, right?
Pretty good at the minute, yeah. Well, the results keep going, so we'll keep riding those.
Absolutely.
So pretty good.
A 1-0 victory over the Michigan Stars in the U.S. Open Cup. And Trevor, I want to talk about that, not just the match per se. We have a lot of, casual soccer fans, self-admitted casual soccer fans that kind of parachute in and out. They like to go down to the Detroit City matches, and do the chants and let the smoke bombs and all that kind of stuff. But the U.S. Open Cup.
I'm right here. You're talking about me. Here.
we have one right here, as a matter of fact. But Trevor, the U.S. Open Cup, pound for pound, is to me one of the great sporting events in America, because I think it's one of the most American, in that if you get in it, whatever level you play at, if you're NPSL, independent, whatever level you play at, if you get in, theoretically you have a chance to play against MLS teams, and you can win this thing. I guess kind of your interpretation of the U.S. Open Cup, because they have cups like this over in Europe, England, where you're from as well. I think it really is a great sporting event in America.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the tournament that anybody can everybody enters.
Yeah.
And you start at the lowest levels, and like it does in England or in Germany or anywhere else in Europe. But the goal is there to be drawn against, a Division 1 team, a Championship team, a Premiership team, whichever leagues you play in. So it's a great tournament because everybody can play in it, and everybody has a chance of. If you can say everybody's got a chance to win it, but you've always got a chance for an upset, and that's what makes history is the upsets.
How often do they happen?
Every year
in the U.S. Open or whatever like this, because that's like, to me, what I'm hearing is that in golf, right, the U.S. Open or whatever, you can go to your qualifiers, and if you can get it, like you can tee it up.
It is one of the most democratic sporting events in America.
But as a team, so how often does that happen? And I guess like what is the difference between preparing for your league matches and the things that you're doing and then stepping out? Because I think that's the most amazing thing about soccer is that there's like, whether you follow it, but you got your league, and then there's playing over here, and there's a tournament. And you got like 8 different leagues and tournaments going on, and it's like, wait, time out. So can you break that down?
Yeah, well, the Open Cup is played every year, once a year, and it started early in the year where the lower division teams play, and now we're at the stages where we came in last round, the third round, and now MLS teams will join. Some of the higher standing from last year, nice. USL Championship teams will join. So now the teams that have fought their way through from the lower divisions have a chance to draw and play an MLS team or a USL Championship team. So that happens once a year. As far as preparing, clubs do it differently, Darren. Some, talking from our point of view, we take it very seriously. We want to go as far as we can in this tournament. We want to really try to win a tournament, and this is only a few games to win this. Yes, they're all going to be good games, and top games, but we hold it up there that we really want to do well in the tournament. Some teams don't. Some teams, MLS teams in the past have used these games to play players who weren't getting minutes in league games, and they've done that and found out that they can't win games that way. And it's cost them, in cup upsets and shocks. So teams approach it differently. I think this year it seems to be, it's high on the agenda of a lot of teams. So like us, a lot of the teams will be going for it this year.
Talking with Trevor James here, sporting director of Detroit City FC on Big D Energy. And Trevor, just kind of, a back question to that. And, by the way, too, for Detroit City FC after their win over the Michigan Stars, the groupings are, in fact, out. Detroit City FC could draw Houston Dynamo of the MLS or San Antonio FC of the USL. So, one of those moments that you're talking about, could present itself in a matchup with the Houston Dynamo, but we'll find out exactly what that story is. But you brought it up, like Detroit City FC, your viewpoint of the U.S. Open Cup. And in the chat here, Rack says it was absolutely crazy when Detroit City FC beat Columbus Crew. Arguably the most magical moment in the history of the franchise was that when Detroit City FC, this team that, used to play at Cass Tech High School, has risen up and has beaten the Columbus Crew with a 7-figure player out there on the pitch and stuff like that. Right. It is the ultimate underdog story. It's magical.
It is, and again, that's and those nights are special. But this competition, the Open Cup, it brings those up every time the draw is made. You're going to get games where these things happen, and again, we're hoping that if we get a home draw against either of those two teams. I don't think either of them will relish the chance to come to Keyworth, and we'll make it very difficult for them, and hopefully have another special night, as you mentioned, as we did against Columbus.
Yeah, if they draw Houston Dynamo, I think Darren McCarty might have to make an appearance to that one.
Absolutely.
So.
My question as the sporting director now and stuff, like, can you, where you're looking, and when we were talking last week, and everybody knows, coming off a big 1-0 win with the injuries you have, right? So you're always looking to, we were joking before you came on about, all these scorers grow on trees and stuff, which they don't. But is this an opportunity for you maybe to get a look at, like, are there guys that you will get to see maybe on some of the lower levels that you haven't got to see play before, and maybe get an evaluation and maybe jobs can come out of this? Or even, is that the way at the MLS teams or the higher level teams look at this too?
Yeah, it's a great point, because yes, we do, because I've watched games, we've watched games, the coaching staff have watched games in the last month of teams that we wouldn't normally watch. So yes, there are players who we've spotted on in a lower league right now, but we'll have the ability to play in a higher. So that does interest us. So it does give us a chance to see more players. Yeah.
It brought that up because last week, if you were here with Trevor, where he was talking about how he got one of the goal scorers when he was watching another guy and then was like, oh, wow, who's this dude? Correct? So that sometimes the diamonds in the rough of guys you haven't even heard of will come. So, hopefully, I think that's just something that it's always moving parts in the soccer football world. Always,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Trevor, what about that too? Because again, just to kind of relate it to maybe like the regular sports fan out there that sees like Premier League clubs that play in Champions League, and obviously they're in like Man Cities and types like that. How tough is that balance between what you're chasing? Because it is different. Like Detroit City FC, you mentioned it. Like, we want to win this U.S. Open Cup. Make no mistake about it. No matter who's out there, even if it costs a little. Because remember, the regular season is still going on.
So that's the whole thing.
Like, there's a game Saturday. Oakland Roots at Keyworth this Saturday, 4 p.m., by the way. So make sure you get DeadCityFC.com for tickets. But your season is still turning. You know what I'm saying? So how do you balance that as a coach, as a sporting director? How does Danny deal with that? Danny Dicchio, the head coach now, how do you deal with it personnel-wise?
Yeah, well, we discuss it a bit, and Danny knows the importance of the Open Cup for the club. So, we play 34 league games.
From March to October, goes on for a long time.
Right. We're doing great now because we've won the first 4, and if we can win 34, we'll be something. But we realise that we have many league games to play. Open Cup is about one night of being right on the day and getting the result for you. So we talk a little bit about balancing the roster, but obviously we don't. We have to put our strongest team out because the teams we play obviously now are all very good teams. So we put our strongest team out and we get through it as best we can, and then lick our wounds and get ready for the next one.
Oakland Roots, as we talked about, this Saturday, 4 p.m. at Keyworth. The game will be on TV 50 Detroit as well, so tune into Channel 50 at 4 o'clock. You might hear a familiar voice on there doing that as well. But Trevor, again, kind of a checkpoint here. 4 matches into the USL season, have not tasted defeat. Oakland Roots coming in. I've begun kind of my preparation on it. I haven't gotten very deep into it. And they're a West Coast team, so I don't get a chance to see them a lot. But just on paper, it seems as though everybody on that team is 6'4". So, just as you guys prepare to operate, what does that look like in a week where you have a U.S. Open Cup match? How does that impact the way you guys operate, getting ready for Oakland, those types of things? Because you do essentially have a short week because you do have a recovery day after a match.
Absolutely. And again, the boys had a recovery yesterday. The coaching staff was straight back at it yesterday morning with the plans, the video, gone over video. Yesterday they've gone over video this morning for training. So they're very much focused on Oakland now. It's a good matchup for us. Yes, they're big and strong, but it's a good matchup for us. I think the way we play and the way we defend makes it very difficult for them. And hopefully we'll continue to create chances as we did the other night and as we did last week.
There it is.
Absolutely. No, do you like where we're sitting right now? You, other than the injuries and stuff, you got to be happy as a sporting director where the club's at.
Absolutely, yeah. Fantastic right now. 4 league games, an Open Cup win, 5 games we've played with 5 wins. So it's great. As you say, the injuries, but they're part of the game. We have to move on from that, and we have to, make alternatives, which we will. But we want to keep we want to keep riding this this win channel as long as we can. Even though I don't shave, I could shave once we lose. So that's why I look like this.
Let's get him to Santa.
Let's go. But so hopefully I won't be shaving next week.
Yeah, you could be Grizzly Adams by the time you come back in here, Trevor.
Yeah,
I like it.
The people like it as well. Well, Trevor, as always, we appreciate you stopping by for sure. Again, DebtCityFC.com. Get tickets. Head on out there. It'll be crazy. It's always crazy. And oh, by the way, Detroit City FC is undefeated in USL Championship League play. Trevor, thanks again, my friend.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
There he is, everybody. Trevor James, sporting director for Detroit City FC. We pay him a monster salary to be sporting director here for Big D Energy as well. He always has an eye on talent and everything like that. That's absolutely what he's doing. Swiss Insurance, that's some insurance talent.
Absolutely. Draft around the corner with the first pick of the 2024 draft. Detroit picks Swiss Insurance Group. Woodward Sports and Detroit's top pick for your insurance need. Keep your current provider honest and price so Swiss. Today, go to SwissINS.com. Call my buddy Mark today, 313-530-1698.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Counting down the days until Detroit shows the world how the draft should be done. Woodward Sports, your official Detroit draft partner. Listen for great insight into the draft, places to go, and what's happening in the city.
The Detroit Lions select.
See you downtown for the draft. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Shake Shack. And guess what, everybody? When it comes to the champions, I have the champion of the chicken sandwich world. That is correct. It's a Shake Shack Chicken Shack sandwich.
Talk about it.
And guess what else? You can try the Chicken Shack sandwich for free. Use a $10 purchase. Maybe you can grab a shake and a crispy crinkle fry. And guess what? Your Chicken Shack will be free. Use a promo code Woodward in person, online, or download the Shake Shack app today. It's available in all 7 Michigan Metro Detroit locations. And it ends this Friday, everybody. You don't have much time. Use a promo code Woodward. Get your free Chicken Shack sandwich from Shake Shack today. All right, we're keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty. Big thanks to Trevor James from Detroit City FC. Next week, we're going to do some ticket giveaways when Trevor's here.
Yeah.
We're going to have Trevor James trivia. Say that 3 times quick. But we'll do that. So if you guys have been wanting to get out there and get to a match because you hear about it, we'll get you out there.
It's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Spencer Raxter's been a man of the people there before.
It's a good time. I popped the smoke.
Owner's Suite.
Owner's Suite.
All of it,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
You and Easy were out there.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm trying to go back.
Let me know.
We're trying to get the heavy with Chris and Nick too.
Yeah.
Whole heavyweight show.
Oh yeah, you guys are legends down there.
Yeah.
You sit with the owner when you're down there.
Oh yeah.
I don't even get to sit with the owner. I'm up there in the press box, man.
And we missed the walk last time.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do that. But D-Mac, the time is here finally. The Red Wings have kind of kept us away from it, but it's time. We are 1 week away.
We are.
From the NFL draft.
Finally.
Being in Detroit. All the Detroit signs will be lit up.
Boo.
KG will be hating on him. KG
hate.
can't wait for the draft to be over because he wants to turn the streets loose on the Detroit signs, tag them up.
I'm not in control of that, so just want to put that out.
But you support it.
I just want to see the city be better. That's all.
Okay. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. 1 week out, D-Mac. Where are you at right now with the NFL draft? And it's where is D-Mac? Because I think you and I are kind of on the same highway, and I don't know how to react to this. I don't know how to act about it. The NFL draft usually has taken up a big portion of my life, and I'm getting into it, like I'm reading up and all this kind of stuff. But D-Mac, even reading into it, man, I just don't have the juice for it because we're not desperate.
Absolutely not. And
I've
we've
kicked the
answered
draft
all
habit.
the big questions in the offseason, right? DJ Reader, Davis,
the cornerback spot, the offensive line spot.
So what's interesting? What did I say to you the other day when it was announced? Right when Neal and I will be live, Big The Energy Crew for picks 11 to 20, right? The NFL draft. And what I say to you? I said, you know what? If I'm feeling it, I think that, and this is just my intuition or whatever it is, and I could be wrong. It could be gas, but I think that they're going to trade up into those picks, and we're going to get to do that pick.
Damn right.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of scenarios, right, of how we're going to enjoy it. You know, where if you argued with me that no, Brad Holmes is going to trade down in the draft and out of the first round, that could be it too. Whatever he does, he picks, he doesn't, he trades, he does whatever like this. I'm good with it. I'm going down there to enjoy. I guarantee it's not going to be like last year when Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes picked their guys and some people weren't happy with that or the explanation. It took time to play out, right? I think that now we understand the team they're putting together. So, Neal, it's going to be fun. Like, that's what it is. The draft's going to be fun, and it's not stressful. And, I mean, that's what's weird. Because usually we're stressing out. And what are we usually stressing out about at this time of year? How are we going to fuck this up? Honestly, right? Going into the draft for every year, it's like, how are we going to screw this up? Either by drafting, a receiver early or a tight, whatever it is, right? That's not going to be the right choice. I think that now, Neal, at least you and I and everybody here is comfortable and believes in Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell or whatever they do on draft day. So this will be the first time we can thoroughly sit back and just enjoy and maybe see the other chaos going on with other teams that is usually going on with us.
Right. I mean, right. Like,
which is another reason why you've taken that next step, right? Like it's levels to this stuff in every sport. Now in football, it goes quicker than hockey, but you're right here. And you listen to the way that the guys are talking and getting interviewed and stuff like this, the excitement and all this stuff. To me, it's awesome because I know that what's going to happen no matter where it's picked, no matter what, we are going to draft football players that are going to play on this team and be impactful to our success. However that is, it can play it out. I go to Spenny for that, for the names and lean on of who he likes, but it all depends. I wouldn't be. So I'm going with that right now. So when it happens, when they do trade into the first round and we get to actually announce it, that's, there's karma.
KG, the people have requests. Day Juice, play the draft noise. Let me feel it.
Yeah, I had played it once. I play it again, though.
It does. It's something magical about that sound.
It hit good every time.
It absolutely does.
There's more magic to it this year, too.
Absolutely.
There is. You know what else, though, hasn't really set in with me, too? It still hasn't set in other than the sign that it's here in Detroit.
Yeah.
But we're going to be down there. We're going to be in the mix. We'll be live from downtown. We'll be doing our huge draft extravaganza that we always do. You can watch the draft with us. And, we'll be breaking the things down. D-Mac and I will be down there. We got a good segment. What do we like, picks 11 through 20 or something like that?
Oh, that might be a prime spot.
I think it could be.
It could be.
It could be the spot. I think it's a very good spot to be in.
I think it's a great spot to be in because
we can kind of revisit what happened in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because D-Mac, and again, this isn't like necessarily Lion-centric. I think there's going to be fireworks that we've never seen before in the draft. And this is coming off last year.
In the whole draft and whatever. And
yes.
Are you saying that because of the quarterback-centric?
The quarterback situation where Quarterbacks are hope, man. Quarterbacks are the religion
They are.
of the NFL draft.
And whenever there's a run of quarterbacks, expect a lot of trades.
Yep.
Am I reading the tea leaves right that J.J. McCarthy could be one of the most polarizing guys at the draft?
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? As far as you hear different things and, what he's not going to the green room or, different whatever stuff like that. But he's one of those polarizing guys. And I think that the fact that it's here in Detroit, that you have a national championship coming off of, you have a couple. He's not the only one that's going to get drafted off that team. So I think there's that excitement there too.
No, it is. And he is polarizing because, look, he's been the guy this year, too. This is one of the things that has caught my attention in the draft because there's always a guy every year. There's always a guy that falls, and there's always a guy that rises. But in the end, they kind of end up going back where they were originally kind of thought to go. Mm-hmm. Drake May was that guy that fell. J.J. McCarthy was that guy that rises. And, J.J. McCarthy is an interesting case because you could see him going third. Some people have said third.
Yeah.
Some people have said, New England taking him. You could see the Vikings trading up into the top 5, top 6 to get him. You could see him falling. Mm-hmm. Certainly for every case that you can make that somebody would jump up and get him, there's a case you can make where he could fall. When you look at big boards, because he's one of those guys where if you look at big board people have him anywhere from 15 to 25.
Yeah.
I've seen him kind of in all those spaces. He's one of those guys, though, that and I think Brad Holmes, and we'll get into this as the week rolls on. I want to talk because I do want to get to the point where we talk Brad Holmes draft theory, because I think trying to forecast what the Lions will do is kind of a fool's game.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's a fool's game. I think forecasting where J.J. McCarthy will get drafted, if you're out there betting your money on where J.J. McCarthy is going to go in the draft,
good luck.
You may as well go to the roulette wheel, because I think no one else in this draft more is dependent on the board than J.J. McCarthy in relation of where he's going to go. That's kind of how I see that going, where if he falls, then the Vikings will be happy and et cetera. This draft, too, when I say expect fireworks, I say that because no matter how the board goes, the reaction will be fireworks, unlike in years past. Where maybe in years past, if the board just went according to what you thought it was going to be, there would be people that say, oh, crap, if I want to get my guy, I got to go move now. You know what I'm saying? There could be swings and turns, which will cause swings and turns. This is I guess this is a long way of saying this is the most volatile, I think, that a draft we will see in a very long time. It's going to be volatile.
I'll go with it. That's a great description, because everything's really up in the air. Everybody's holding their cards close. Obviously, yeah. You look, and here's the thing too, because usually at this time of the year, if you look at the mock drafts and stuff like that, they're pretty consistent, aren't they?
They start to become
outliers are consistent right now,
because there's nothing new to say. Because everybody
now they're all over.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They're all over the board. If you follow Kuiper, you follow McShay, or you follow Broder here, whatever like that. You follow Spenny, heavyweights. Everybody, and to me that's what makes it exciting.
Cody Engel. Now Ermanni is saying he needs to go to a good situation to be good. Is that true, Spenny?
I haven't heard.
You haven't heard that? Okay.
I have not heard that.
I haven't heard it either. I thought he was going to be number 1 overall.
Well, that's not happening.
That's what I was told. We need that clip locked and loaded, by the way, Spenny.
Oh, yeah.
We got to revisit that one.
Oh, yeah. I'll grab it.
Yeah, we got to revisit that one. Aaron says, Neal, coming from Grand Rapids with my buddies for the draft, I got your first bourbon if I can get an autograph on my jersey. Like my autograph, or?
I think he wants yours.
Okay. I stopped listening after you said I got your first bourbon, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that. I really quit reading. I quit doing all that. No, but I do. I think the draft is going to be electric with trades. It is. It just
see it.
Everybody be ready to roll, dude, because you're going to get, and we saw it last year, man, with the Houston Texans. And that's the reason you want me to give you the why, because the Houston Texans, D-Mac, did it. And how did it work out? boom, they won a division and we're in the playoffs.
They went and got what they wanted.
Where's the first Spenny's team?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And they're and that's a team that's on the rise, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And your legal team could be Feiger Law, everybody. That's right. Because let's be real. And I know we're laughing, joking, everything like that. But after an accident, you need to hire a lawyer more than any other time. That's business, everybody. That's just the way to do it. So make Feiger Law your first call. Be well represented. Worry about one less thing. Feiger Law, 1-800-A-WINNER. That's right, 1-800-A-WINNER. Their team of trial lawyers will get you the money you deserve. Feiger Law, all we do is win.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
And with the first pick in the 2024 Media Draft, Detroit selects Woodward Sports. Thank you for making us the #1 digital network in Detroit.
What's good, man? How you doing? What you got for me today? Let's have a look, man. I see the one I want right there. That's the one I'm looking for.
Welcome to the winner's circle, Blake.
Hey.
Feiger Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
313 Draft Party with Woodward Sports, April 25th and 26th. Join the entire Woodward Sports family as we broadcast the first 3 rounds of the NFL Draft downtown, the corner of Woodward and Adams. The 313 Draft Party presented by Feiger Law, Jars Cannabis, Lost Farm, and Gold Crown. 21 plus, free to everyone. Party starts at 2 p.m. on Thursday. Live draft coverage begins at 8 p.m. We hope to see everybody downtown at 313 Draft Party. Special thanks to Soroki's and Glorious. While the world watches Detroit, we will show the world how Detroit parties at the 313 Draft Party. Right, Spenny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, KG, Spencer, Raxter, all of you. Woodward Sports chat, thread, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. We've had some people asking about it, so let's revisit it. For those that came in hour number 2, the Lions jersey.
Allegedly leaked.
Allegedly leaked.
A lot of people think it might be a fake out.
It's definitely true.
So there's the black. There's the blue jersey, kind of a nod to the 90s era Detroit Lions. I like the holes in the numbers, I'm not going to lie to you. And there is the white
Look at the
as
313 in the collar.
On the collar, yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that is. I missed that, too.
Yeah.
I'm not a detail. I got to be better at details.
And then we have the Aleem McNeil video.
And here's the Aleem McNeil video of him wearing it.
The uniform video, we appreciate it. We appreciate you running all the hard work we put in. Video coming soon. Whoever leaked the uniform video, we appreciate it.
Why don't the home jerseys have the city name on the top like the other ones do?
Video coming soon.
You notice that?
Probably because you're at home.
Oh, well. I mean, it still be a better look. I'm looking for stuff.
I know you are, Kate, because you're a hater.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Why?
I just wanted it to be better, man.
How? Give me the how. Like, how would it look to you, KG?
We always get promised stuff in this city, and it never lives up to what the hell it's
But what if you turn the lights on?
Miss me with that. I'm on some hater shit today.
You are. Like, what? All right, what's the problem?
Aside from the black ones, because I really wanted the blacks to return. That sounds funny. I really wanted the blacks to return. I'm glad we got those, but I just thought there would be more. There should be a little more detail on them. I don't know, but I did not think that they would look like this when they said that they were going to get new jerseys and we're welcoming this new era of Lions football. This is not what I imagined. So, not the worst looking jerseys in the world, but I wanted more.
We did a poll. What was it, 80-20?
Yep.
Yeah.
80% of the people said, yeah, that they're in and that they like them. So there's that out there as well. But, yeah, just kind of taking people's feedback on it. The biggest overriding thing that I've noticed on social media, no more William Clay Ford patch on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the people seem to be most excited about. Like, this is the final step to winning a Super Bowl, which is a little...
Shedding his name.
It's a little harsh.
Yeah.
It's a little harsh, I think.
Get a
Get
a SHF on there.
We should. They absolutely should. Why not? Jack Stark, KG, you can answer this one. Has the city tagged up the sign yet?
They have not, as far as I know, anyway.
And you know what, KG? Again, I'll go back to my relationship with the streets.
Okay.
Remember, Spenny, I asked for it.
You did.
I asked for the streets. I said, guys, and I made the compromise. Just wait till the draft's over and everyone's gone. And it sounds like the streets were like, all right, Neal, we got you.
Yeah. I told you that, though. It's going to be good till the draft. I can't promise anything after that, but.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
All right, KG. We did it, buddy.
We did. We compromised.
Mike G says, I like the black ones. Pause. So there's that one out there as well. No, I did. D-Mac, do you like the black jersey? I know you do.
I do.
Right? You do. Okay.
I do. And you know what? Who said it earlier? Matt Mayer, I think. The Laporta black one will be in my... I will make that purchase of the Laporta black one. I think that, like Kenny, the black ones. And I think that it's not wrong, but I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just like the hype.
They hype
I was a little
the
let
shit
down.
out of these jerseys.
Blacks maybe make up for it.
Paul Thomas, we're talking jerseys, right? Yeah, why? What are you talking about, Paul?
Right.
KG, what's up with the people here, man?
Hey, don't ask me.
People want to know.
You either like the blacks or you don't.
Pause. KG, people want to know if you got enough sleep last night.
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see it though, like the energy he's given. Like
He's
look at
hating for sure.
He's got the hand on the hip, sitting in the chair and everything.
I mean, I do this all the time, but I guess, man. But that's just
like
me though.
him.
I'm not trying to bring down nobody else's joy. If y'all love the jerseys, cool. I just wanted more. That's it. Just like the Detroit sign, I wanted more.
Steve Wild says the silver accents are stronger and nice. And Steve, thank you. I think you summed up exactly how I feel about them. I like them too, but I always like silver.
Yeah.
I always like the silver part.
And I do think the pants will be silver.
I think they have colored pants for all of them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Because that's what Rod Wood was saying when they first came out. Like, we'll be able to mix and match and do different things more with different pants and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they'll have pants to match each jersey.
Here we go. Rack. They brought the blacks home.
They did.
They did bring the blacks home for once.
AC. A lot of black love with a heart.
I love the blacks.
I do too.
You damn right. You better. I'll quit tomorrow.
Can I get a Mike Williams throwback black?
I want to. I still don't know who I'm gonna get. I got a good
whether it's gonna be Branch or Hutch, Campbell, Reeder, Gibbs. I don't know. I do want a black jersey though. I feel like it's got to be a defensive player though. Maybe I'll go Aleem.
Shad216, KG, give us an idea of what you really envision.
I just thought the design would be different. These are similar to the Willie Clay Fords. It's essentially the same jersey, just with a little different color scheme, and they brought the old school arm, thing back. That's it.
Jay says the throwbacks are still my favorite. I always like the throwbacks.
Fucking suck, man.
What?
They're so boring.
They are a little boring.
I don't understand why people get so hyped about the throwbacks. They're just plain ass
I like them
jerseys.
too, but I'm not enough to die on the hill for them. Like I understand this is the game now.
Right.
Like the kids like the jerseys. Okay, cool. I don't care about the jerseys. I don't. I care about winning.
Of course.
That's what I care. I care about winning and cap space.
You look good, you play good.
And you feel good and they pay good. No doubt about it. But, again, we had that conversation in the opening segment, but just kind of getting back to the NFL draft. And we're taking a look at like where you're at going into the draft. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Stephen Baffey, let's face it, the Houston Texans were a joke until D'Amico Ryan showed up. Give the man his due. He has been the best coach of the NFL
That's facts.
over the last year. Well, I mean, I would say you got a good quarterback.
That definitely helps.
Arguably the best rookie quarterback in 30, maybe 40 years.
Yeah.
And you traded up to get Will Anderson.
Definitely helps.
That defense is becoming mean, though. D'Amico Ryans is a defensive coach. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. It's just, I expect the fireworks. I expect a lot of big things to happen. And D-Mac's calling it now, D-Mac. You're speaking this into existence.
I'm speaking it into
your
existence
prediction
every
is
night.
The Lions will
Trade
be
up into the teens so that Big D Energy gets to have the pick.
Do you want me to make a phone call?
You know what? Maybe.
All right, let me know.
Not yet. But maybe this weekend when you're having bourbon with Mr. Holmes,
yes.
You just say, you know what?
Well, Mr. Holmes, Stevie Y, and myself, we like to have a think tank once a month usually. We get together, discuss cap theory.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Sounds like
waiting
a good
for your
time.
book. Can't wait. Can't wait for your book.
It's out to bid right now.
Out to bid. Love
you
it.
know publishing houses, right?
You know what?
Tell them to holler at me and tell them to come correct.
I'll keep it hush. I don't want
to
to.
go on a. Oh damn it! I thought
Hitting the newsstands sometime soon.
What do you got, Spenny?
One second. Give me 1 second. I haven't put it in the system yet.
He working.
Yeah. Well, can you tease it a little bit? Like,
I
this
mean,
sounds important.
You went on a publishing tour, and you had to explain your book to the people. And you were out there on your publishing
I told you
tour.
guys the book was dropping soon. For those that missed it, I was on CBS News Detroit yesterday.
Yeah.
Look at that.
On tour right now.
I should have brought this up when Trevor was here because you looking like a GM or sporting director?
He's on the promo tour.
Something like that. Is there like, what is it? Is there a new marathon? Pickleball? Is that
My memoirs are
your memoirs? There it is.
It was a tour yesterday. I went. Oh, by the way, KG, when I left here yesterday, I went downtown to the College of Creative Studies. The Detroit Grand Prix did their. They have a poster and that's kind of like the logo for the race every year.
Yeah.
They had the poster judging contest. They had the students at College of Creative Studies come up with the prototypes for it and voted on it. There was like a panel that voted on it, and there was actually. It's a street art theme, like a graffiti art theme that won it this year. So I'll have to get you a poster of it, KG.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
One man's vandalism is another man's
another man's treasure. Artwork.
Yes.
Well, I mean, technically, if you don't have permission, it is vandalism.
I mean,
But it looks cool.
But yeah, sure. Depending on some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sell like a Nazi sign or something.
Right. Jack Stark says Neal Ermanni. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Is that Steve Yzerman? No, that was me.
You do look like Stevie Wonder.
You were looking. You
Rubbing
had
off
Stevie
on you.
vibes yesterday for sure.
Yeah.
Really?
Had some Stevie vibes for sure.
A little bit, yeah.
Getting a lot of Harbaugh comps.
Yeah.
Look like you keeping it close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is.
Sweater vest.
Okay. Steve DeYoung.
You like that?
Your book will be called Between Two Furnaces, the Neal Ruhl story. That's a winner.
That's a great.
That's a good.
Between two furnaces.
That's awesome.
Oh man. I'm just saying, it does take time to change two furnace filters.
I can imagine.
You gotta get two at a time and everything like that. It's tough. Thomas Perry, Uncle Neal showing a lot of forehead without a cap. Not quite Peyton Manning though. What? Hair game looks fine, does it not? Like,
yeah, I thought your hair looked fine.
Yeah.
I'm
least
good.
It's still there. It's all still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was, it was styled.
Yeah. Can't help the forehead, man. The hair's still there though.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not doing it just for mass, so.
No, and I never will. I absolutely never will. All right, let's speaking of hair, I got my hair cut at Lady Jane's for CBS Detroit News, D-Mac, and you can too. You do too.
I'll be in that chair later on getting the Coolios done. Anyways, awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax. Let one of the Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walking anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. LesStanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, D-Mac. We have KG as well. We also have Spencer, Raxter, and all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. Send them in. Lots of jokes at my expense, so, which is fine. We can do all of that. Lots of Jim Harbaugh comps. Mike G. Neal looks like the GM of the Utah Caucasian Coyotes. I guess so. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. We are here with Neal Ruhl, the Meek Mill of Pontiac. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
All right, that is fair. Jared Goff, by the way, he's been out and about, Spenny.
Yeah, he has.
He's been doing a lot of podcasts.
He has. This was their presser.
And he was doing this at the presser. No, but he is just in general.
He's been with the people in the streets.
In the trenches, man.
Yeah.
We have some video, do we not? Jared Goff talking about the Lions Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah, this is from their pressers that they had, the official pressers.
Yeah, because I have some thoughts on it. Let's run it for the people so they can get caught up on it, and then we'll talk about it for a second. Fair?
Fair.
All right, let's do it.
Like, hey, everything we're doing now is...
Yeah, I think we all know what the goal is, and it's always been the goal. I don't think it was not the goal last year. I think we got a chance to kind of taste it last year, so you get to see what it feels like, but that's the goal every year, and this year it's absolutely the goal. Obviously the expectations and our standards will rise and the outside expectations will rise, but internally we're going to do the same thing we've been doing and try to raise our internal expectations and standards and be even better. I think Dan put it great at the end of last year is how much harder it's going to be, and we know that it's going to be harder. People are going to be gunning for us, and it's going to be hard to first defend our division title. That's number one, and then see where we can go from there. But yeah, absolutely. Holding that trophy at the end of the year, only one team gets to do it, and that's our goal.
Do you vocalize it though? I mean, you talked about it yesterday. Yeah.
Did we talk about it yesterday? No, we didn't really have like that setting.
And that was Jared Goff at the Lions presser talking about the expectations. And make no mistake, like, this is real, D-Mac. This is as real as it gets. And I want to pose a question to you in this vein, because for the first time ever, for you can speak to this, where with the Lions, they were 15 minutes away, 18 minutes away, whatever you want to say, from being in the Super Bowl. So things work quicker in the NFL. They have to clear that final hump. And that's a factual statement. That's not what I think. Like, we need to get comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Would you rather have failure that you were responsible for, that you could correct, that you knew that it was your doing, rather than having somebody else do it to you where you have no control over it and that's it? Because that's where we're at. And what you saw from Jared Goff there wasn't pipe dream, wasn't the proverbial offseason, yeah, Super Bowl this. What I saw in his demeanor is matter of fact. Just the way it is, right? The same way that we used to be when we were talking at training camp in the offseason about winning the Stanley Cup the next year. And the reality is, right, is he's got the proof to back it up. So the fact is, that's your leader. That's my quarterback. That's your quarterback. He's going to get paid or whatever, but he's ready to win. You got to also realize where he came from and the fact that he's done it more than anybody in this locker room. Right, as far as games, getting to the Super Bowl, playoff wins, stuff like this. To me, it was the demeanor. And it was more of the matter-of-fact Dan Campbell and just this is the way we are and that we're not going to be denied. And that's the attitude you sort of want, especially from your leader and your quarterback. That's the one thing. And I think that when you see there, like did you not get a confidence? Like he's always had this self-confidence, but I see this self-confidence and this confidence that the fan base is behind him. Like the Spencer, the guys that he's changed their mind to the fact that I am your quarterback. We've got beyond there, right? The fact
there are no more discussions.
There's no more discussions, and he's leading the way, and that's what you want, right? And just the way that he said it, matter-of-factly, like we got work to do. We know what work we have to do. We're gonna improve, but every man to a guy knows what they have to do.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Greg says Jared's going on a mission this year. And there are a couple things. And D-Mac, I'm going to come back to you in a second, but I want to talk to the young bucks here in KG and Spenny. Jared Goff's got some swag, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like and it's low-key swag. Yeah. But once you see it, you see it.
You've heard it. Like throughout the past couple of years, like D-Mac said, he's getting more confident. Detroit's kind of rubbing off on him a little bit, and like you see what he's doing where he's calling out Ryan Fitzpatrick at the postgame saying, I'm not a poor man's anything, when he called him a poor man's Matt Ryan. He's calling out Wojo when Wojo was talking about his guys being great but maybe not elite. And he's like, oh, never mind. And stuff like this. Like, the confidence is growing. I love seeing guys talk their shit, and he has earned that. He's went out there and he's balled the past 2 years, so he's earned the right to go out there and talk his shit. And I'm happy to see my quarterback have confidence like that.
Paul Thomas says he's obtuse. Goff is obtuse, and I don't think so, Paul. I think it's very intentional the way that he speaks, straightforward. And there is KG, like he does have some swag.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Isn't he taking on the identity more of his coach?
I think it's in a whole because Brad Holmes is that way,
and his GM. So as the sort of the manager, it's the confidence, right? Look at what. Did you see the quote or whatever like this come out where Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, and I believe the player they're talking about is probably Jack Campbell, right? Where they went out and got their guy no matter what anybody else in the draft that they alluded to, right? No matter what, and they said it worked out. So it's that confidence that they know what they need. It's the same thing that I see. Everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Chuck Brewer in the Woodward Sports chat says, but this is Detroit. They start out 0-2 and fans will break out, will break their ankles as they dive off the bandwagon. I mean, sad but true. Well, I mean, they didn't lose. It's been 2 seasons since they lost 2 games in a row. Yeah. Like these are the things that we need to wrap our head around in here, man.
Yeah.
And another thing that we need to wrap our head around, D-Mac, is I go to you one more time. They have to clear the final hump. This is the reality of where the Lions are right now. They need to get over the final hump.
Yeah.
I would imagine there are some differences, obviously, but mentally I believe it's the same. Take us through that, D-Mac. How do you get over the final hump?
Well, that's the whole thing. Is that you've done it to yourself, and no matter what, right, it'll force you to dig down because you were that close, and they knew that it was that close, right? It's a lot. I draw a lot of the same analogies, even though we're talking about playoffs and not making the playoffs. But what the Wings did to themselves, and now what they gotta deal with in the off season, and I believe they're only gonna get stronger. So and here's the one thing with the Lions, right? It wasn't like a fluke. It wasn't the fact that it's a misnomer. You know, they got lucky and they won. No, they deserve to be there. They have put themselves in that position to be one of the top teams in this NFC and to challenge for that. And they're only gonna get better. And our expectations have risen, so I expect them in the right to win the NFC Championship, get to the Super Bowl. You look at your quarterback; that's the focus. That's what you love. It reminds me of going to training camp every year in Traverse City, focused on wonder who we're going to play. We know we got to get through the Dallases and the Colorados, right? Just like Detroit's got to get through San Francisco's and the Philadelphias. But it's right there for you.
Tell about Dispo, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Visit Dispo Dispensary on the coveted 420 holiday. That is this Saturday. Experience a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Dispo is putting on epic events at each location with thousands upon thousands of giveaways that day. That's right, thousands of giveaways. Go visit your local cannabis plug, Dispo dispensary, disposhops.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
Counting down the days until Detroit shows the world how the draft should be done. Woodward Sports, your official Detroit draft partner. Listen for great insight into the draft, places to go, and what's happening in the city.
The Detroit Lions select.
See you downtown for the draft. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan and Jerome Bettis' Bus Stops Here Foundation is proud to present the 3C Sports Conference to educate, inform, and inspire players, parents, and coaches in our local communities, featuring impactful speakers like Jerome Bettis, Eddie George, Adam Schefter, Barry Sanders will make an appearance, Calvin Johnson as well, Aleem McNeil. I don't know if he'll have the new jerseys on or not when he rolls out there, but maybe he will. April 24th. Through the 26th. For more info and tickets, scan the QR code on the screen right now, and you can sign up today. It is the 3C Sports Conference. All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG as well. And, you know, again, we're talking about it. Jared Goff has been out there, you know, kind of talking a lot, and I like it. And that was one of the things, D-Mac, right or wrong, but I take a lot away from when athletes speak, when they speak to the media, when they do interviews. How do they carry themselves? How do they talk? I put a lot into that because I do think it's a window into kind of what you are as a person. I believe because you do things subliminally that you don't even know that you're doing. It's just part of the makeup of the person you are. That was one of the reasons I kind of vibe with Jared Goff, because he is a guy that the locker room will go to bat for. And you can see it. You can see it when the guys talk about him, all that stuff. But we're talking about it, getting comfortable with the fact that this is the last hump for the Lions to get over. This is where we are. This is it, folks. Like, this is where we are right now. Yeah. And I just asked D-Mac for a guy and a team that got kicked in the nuts a couple of times before they got the ultimate prize, that they had to overcome that. What's the biggest challenge? What is it like clearing that last hurdle?
It's the old adage, the only way out's through. But you know what you're up against, right? Because you've been there, you knocked on the door, you've been to the store, right? You know, like so those big moments you've been through, so you can, you know, lean back on those. It's a collective group effort and everybody being on the same page. Now, that's the best part about making it cook, because whether it's through the offseason, the trades, the signings, whatever like this, the draft, you improve your club, right? And this is where the caveat of Brad Holmes being as great as he is, where he cooks, is bringing in talent. So you just got to keep doing it. And that's what you want. You want your quarterback to be that guy. Like Spenny said, you know, you got national pundits or local pundits chiming off. You ain't afraid to say, no, that ain't right. I hear you. Which also lets me know is that he hears what's going on, but he pays attention and responds on his time, not on the people's time. And at the end of the day, it's the same old thing, right? The fans are the last ones who have to buy in, because that whole team buys it. All you have to do is watch those post-game conferences when he's like, everybody is a Goff guy, and that's where it starts.
And Spenny, I do believe too, like we talk about clocks and things like that. Even when you drew this up on the drawing board before people believed in it, this whole process and Brad Holmes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this draft is the final piece of quote-unquote talent acquisition, in that your mainstays, your pillars, all of that. I do believe that you will see, at the trade deadline, you will see the Lions make a move now.
I do too.
I think that time has come now officially.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they've talked about it. Like, they're sitting at the big boy table now.
Now they are.
Their expectations are to win a Super Bowl. If you
Period.
don't win a Super Bowl next year, it's a disappointment. Like, winning the division for the first time ever, that was cute. You got it out of the way. Winning a playoff game for the first time in 30 years, that was cute. You got it out of the way. Now the expectations are bigger. Now the expectations are you are one of the 3 best teams in the NFC. You should be competing for a Super Bowl every year. If you don't win a Super Bowl, it's not a successful season.
That's it. That's all, man.
Actual.
That is where we are right now. And it's funny because we're having these same discussions about the Red Wings, just at a different, at a previous stage.
They're at a different, they're 2 years ago.
Yep.
Right? And to your point, right, that's the mandate in the building, Super Bowl. So if you don't think Brad Holmes will do everything to put the best talent in the trade deadline and stuff like this for Super Bowl, I believe that this is the year. That's the time to open up all the valves.
I still don't think that we realize that, though.
Because we haven't seen it.
Just let them cook, man.
As a fan base, though, I don't think that we realize the water we're in now.
How can you realize it when you've never been there?
But you just were. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, but they raised that expectation. It would have been cute if, the Rams game, they got the playoff game or they lost. It would have been cute, but they went and beat the Bucs. They went and got to the NFC title game and had a big lead at the half.
Yeah. And you let it slip away.
Exactly.
That was on you. That was stuff you did. It wasn't what somebody did to you. You did that.
But now they know what they're capable of. And we've seen tangible results. This isn't just coach speak. This isn't just the organization saying we're working to get there. They actually have gotten to the doorstep. So now, like you said, it's only one hurdle left. You kick that door down. Take what's yours.
All right. We'll be back at it tomorrow on a Friday. D-Mac, what do you got going on this weekend?
I'll be enjoying. I got a lot of it's national holiday, 420. So I'll be down
Damn
in
right.
Monroe, Unique Cannabis. I'm gonna check out the new Darren McCarty stuff. I'll be on the golf course.
There it is. All right. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll have some nickel packages. Sam Flannel will be in. KG will be in the big chair.
I will.
Mixing and scratching.
I'm not Spimo racks, but I'll do what I can.
Racks on racks on racks.
Yeah, man.
Spimo, what do you got going on?
I have plans this weekend. I cannot say.
Oh, it's a mission.
Cannot say.
It's one of them
Can you
kind
tell
of
us
missions.
Monday?
I'll tell you. I can tell you guys off air, but I can't say on air.
Oh, it's one of them.
It doesn't involve the IRS or anything.
No, it does
okay,
not.
all right.
He's
yeah.
not on the run.
I was going to say, what plans were made for you by the law, or,
Not those 3 letters. Maybe the FBI.
We'll see. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow. For D-Mac, Spencer Raxter, and KG, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy. Well, see you later.